Hi, Sarah here with a layout process video for you today. I'll be using the Mind the Scrap August kit as well as some paints by Little Rainbow Moon. I will of course leave links to both of these shops below for you to go and check out. I'll also be using some of the ManxyCat Bloom flowers. I have recently been using a lot of the Scrappers box size and the standard box size in blank canvas. These ones are really easy to alter and just change things up to match your layouts or off the page projects depending what you're doing. So I will of course link those below as well, which is just my little group where I sell them currently at least. So on to what I'm doing here. So I've decided, because I'm going for a bold black and white background with lots of the layers, I decided to do a double layered matte on my photo. So I'm doing a layer of white and black behind that picture, which is of my two boys. I'm also going to put a stripe down the side and then also a layer behind the photo to match. And as you can see, all I'm doing is just adding layers getting slightly bigger and then putting them on a bit of an angle. So I don't like things to be straight, to be honest. I never really do really straight kind of paper layers. They've always got a bit of a angle to them or ruffled edges. I always do something with them anyway. I've also added in a little bit of that pink paper which came in the Bougeot kit, in the extra papers that came in the kits, to match in with that flower, which is kind of my starting point for the colours that I'm going to use. And now I'm using my watercolour paints. These have got a lovely shimmery finish to them, and I'm using a pink and then a muted browny pink one that in the light it has more of a pinkish hue as well. I also add a touch of a greyish colour as well, and all I'm doing is adding quite a lot of water and then just dotting the colour on and then letting it move around on its own. And then I just do a couple of layers of this and leave it to dry. And as you can see, now it's dry, it's a lovely soft colour that matches perfectly with the flower, which is my main starting point for my embellishments. I've fussy cut this cute little bunny out of the paper, and I'm just popping that up in the corner to balance out the main paper cluster in the bottom corner. And now, as usual, I'm just chopping up a load of foam. I use this to add dimension to my layers. It's dead cheap as well. Rather than buying loads of them little foam pads, I just chop up the foam from the kids section at the craft store. So now I'm just building up my layers from the bottom up. I don't always do it this way around, it depends on what I'm doing, but this time round I decided to kind of work from the bottom. And I'm just adding the layers on angles so that each paper peeks up from behind the last one. So overall you have just a nice little hint of each one. And now I'm deciding where I'm going to put this first flower, and then that will be the basis of the rest of where I put everything else. And because it has quite a lot of a dimension to the background, I have added some foam behind that as well to help it pop up. I'm using some tiny word stickers. These are tiny words and then dictionary quotes as well, which is really interesting but different. So I'm adding some of them, and now I'm just going through my ephemera and choosing things that I think go well with the general colour scheme, because there's that little bit of green in with the flowers, so I've added a little green tag there. And then that ticket had the perfect colours in too, so I've just tucked that behind the flower. The little tag on the other side tucked in between the layers. And that lovely vellum flower which matches the one on the bottom, I'm adding there to balance out the shape of the photo cluster. And then I'm just adding that love you, which curved perfectly underneath Gemma's, my little baby's little bib thing. And I'm just adding a few enamel dots here as well in the pinkish colour to match in. I'm sort of working in a three main clusters. And now, as a finishing touch, I'm going to add some of the ManxyCat Bloom flowers. I'm using ones that aren't two-dimensional, as in not too much 3D to them, so that they will fit inside a plastic sleeve once it's done. So I'm just using the smaller ones, and I've got just some matte gel medium to add them to my page. It takes a while for this to dry, so it gives you lots of time to move them around. Because it's matte, if there's a tiny bit showing, it won't show up because it dries clear and matte. So I've just added that to the back of my flowers, and now rather than painting each individual flower, I'm just allowing the splashes of extra colour that I'm adding to finish off the layout to land on the flowers and add the little bit of colour that way. And I felt, because of it being a black and white layout, I felt like it needed some more black, so I've just taken a Dylusions black ink spray and just added a few extra splatters of black over the top of it all, and that is it done. So thanks for joining me today. As I say, there will be links below for the 3 products shops that I've used today. And if you are new and you've not been here before, please do subscribe if you would like to see more from me, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for joining me. Bye.